Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty!
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, welcome to another edition of Roll the Tape podcast with Manager Marty. I'm your host, Manager Marty, and we're going to have a great show today. Hope all is well. Welcome to each and every last one of you who are joining live and in living color. Welcome to those of you that are watching the replay of this live. Welcome to each of you who are acknowledging me in the chat. I appreciate it. Let's come on in. Let's support the channel by liking, pressing that like button so the education and entertainment value that I produce can reverberate all across the world and, of course, all across the YouTube boxing community. Come on and have a seat. Let's talk some boxing. Now, we got some topics that we need to discuss this afternoon because we need answers, as we always do. And I'm curious to know what you all think. I am. And this is just going to be a great live today. You know, I love the fact that we can all come together and we can talk boxing. And we can laugh, you know, we can joke, we can have fun, because that's what boxing is. Boxing is fun. And as you were here yesterday, you heard my family tell y'all that he's the one that gave me the name King of Controversy. And he gave me that name over 10 years ago. And the great thing about it is I'm able to be controversial, still be able to tell the truth, still be able to stand on integrity, maintain integrity, stand on good business. You know, there's a saying, people keep saying standing on business. What is the saying? What's the saying now? I'm standing on business, or I stand on business, something like that. Yeah. Well, there's a word that people miss. They omit this word, and I like to insert it. I stand on good business. Yeah, that's the only business I'm interested in doing. It's good business. Come on, y'all. Let's box the like button. Let's jab that like button. Yeah. Let's jab that. Let's jab the like button. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some boxing today. I'm excited about it. Glad you all are here with me today. We need answers. Now, before we start, now you know I got to warm up the air fryer. As a member of the channel said, Biz on the beat, double salute to him. He is an active member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. I got to warm up the air fryer. So what I do to warm it up is the Town Watch check-in. We going right in. All that me giving y'all 20 minutes of an intro, that's not important. We're not doing that no more. We're going straight into the show from now on. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I just want to make sure the viewership increased exponentially. But we here now. Yeah. Come on in. Yeah, don't stand halfway in the door. Walk all the way in. Shut the door behind you and have a seat. Yeah, because I need your participation. Come on in. No, not today, CEO Sense. Yeah. Not today. I might go put it on though. It all depends on how this thing turns. I might go put the hoodie on. We don't know. Yes. Let's do our Town Watch check-in real quick. I ain't gonna hold y'all long today. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to like and subscribe to the channel. This is our Town Watch check-in. We do this each and every day when it's not too much of a controversial topic, by the way. But most likely we do it each and every day. This is only unique to this channel. We do it in the very beginning of the broadcast, live and living color. And it is our way of acknowledging that even though we are from and representing different geographical locations, as a foreshadow of us basically having different opinions, different points of views, and different perspectives, right? Even though all of that might be true, by the end of this broadcast today, we all will rhetorically acknowledge that we share one thing in common, and that is our love for the sport of boxing. And so what our Town Watch check-in allows us to do is it allows us to show everyone that there are different geographical locations, right? How do we show that? Well, it's very simple. If you're live joining us here right now, you can insert your city, state, island, and or country in the chat. I will then, in exchange, publicly acknowledge your geographical location as a way of saying, hey, we represent different parts of the world, but we stand in solidarity because of our love for the sport of boxing. All right, y'all ready? I need the air fryer to warm up a little bit now. Yeah. This is going to help the air fryer warm up. Absolutely. I'm going to start it off first, representing the DFW area. Arlington, Texas, to be exact. Texas in general. Definitely Arlington. Definitely need y'all to stand up. Definitely talking about the Mansfield section, Tarrant County, by way of my hometown. The great city of Philadelphia, we call it Philly, the city of brotherly love. Stand up tall as we do. Philly in the building. Who else we got in here? Come on, y'all, let's check on in. Atlantic City, New Jersey is here, 609 in the building. I see you. Come on, let's check on in. Albany, New York is in the spot. Y'all already know what time of day it is. Man, they told me Seattle is in the building. And then had the nerve to say the city of bad service. Lord have mercy. Why they blaming the whole city of having bad service? Well, I don't know. I have never been to Seattle. But I know Seattle just pulled up in the parking lot and they walked right in the building. Orlando, Florida, tongue-tied. Orlando, Florida in the building. I see you. Come on, let's check on in. Rockford, Illinois. Come on, let's get it. Man, this chat about to, listen, I already know what the chat gonna do. It's about to get heated up. I see how the chat moving already. I see it. We got to pump the show up. We got to pump it up. Baltimore, Maryland in the building. They said Baltimore Ravens is going to the Super Bowl. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. San Diego, 619. The home of Rey Mysterio Jr. I see you in the building. Come on, y'all, let's check on in. Illinois is in the building. It's probably 3 degrees out there in Illinois. But as the viewership is increasing exponentially, so is the air fryer that's going to warm Illinois up. Yeah, all you got to do is turn on the Roller Tape podcast in the city of Chicago or any other city in the state of Illinois. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to heat the whole state of Illinois up. Who else we got here? Let's check on in. Come on, y'all. Don't sit there and wait. Oh, we got some boxing to talk about today. Yes. I'm trying to figure out what's next for Terence Crawford. Bomac did an interview that was published earlier. Yeah, he said Terence Crawford coming back April or May. Yeah, we want to know who his opponent going to be. What's next for Devin Haney? Let's talk about it. Yeah, don't be scared now. We talking about it. Yeah, who else we got in here? Let's check on in. Come on, we got to check this thing in, man. Who else I know? Come on, man. I know we got more people that want to check in. I don't know why everybody hiding. See, we don't look at the numbers and say, oh, it's only 30-something people. No, we don't look at that. We don't look at, because guess what happens? When I turn the live off, like when the live is done, y'all be surprised, man. We be having thousands of people in here. Real talk. St. Louis in the building. The Midwest just walked in. Just check right in the building. Let's go. Who else we got in here? Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, the air fryer warming up too. You better believe it. Ooh, we already had San Diego, California here. Oh, man, look, we got California in the building. It's not just San Diego that we representing from Cali. We got Sacramento in the house. I see you. Come on, let's check on in. Yeah, let's go. We got some boxers that we're going to talk about today. We have the sport of boxing, the business of boxing. That's what you came here for. I'm going to give you what you asked for. Come on and let's check on in. Yeah. That's it. If we don't have no more check-ins, that's cool. We can move on with the show. That's all good. We got some heavy hitters in the chat. That's all I know. Y'all ready to start the show? I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. Y'all tell me what y'all want to do. Matter of fact, I know what y'all want. I know exactly what y'all want. I know what's going on. Y'all want me to show my face so we can talk boxing. I know what y'all want. Somebody said roll the tape. You already know that's what we do over here. Let's do a little freestyling real quick. What y'all want to talk about real quick? Yeah. London, England, double salute to all of the fans in the UK. Oh, I love you. And I'll be in the UK soon. So hold it down for me till I get there. Now, what y'all want to talk about? You know we're going to talk about who's next for Terence Crawford. We're going to talk about what's next for, what's his name? Devin Haney. What else y'all want to talk about? Yeah. Me up earlier talking about what you think about Bill Haney and Bernard. I didn't say anything. Bernard Hopkins is when I say Bernard. Yeah. What y'all want to talk about? Let's freestyle for a minute. Yeah, let the viewership increase a little bit. Let's freestyle. What y'all want to talk about? Yeah, hey, let's talk about it. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we're going to do it next. See, there's a segment that every now and then, we don't do this every day, but every now and then, I'll just come right out of nowhere and be like, throw something at me. Anything y'all want to talk about, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get to the topic, that y'all came here for, but I like creating content. Yeah. I don't like having stale bread when we go live. I like having fresh bread. You could have just went and just watched the replay of the live from yesterday. If you want a stale bread, no. I want you to have fresh bread. This is like a live performance. I got to give you everything when you come over here live. You know what I'm talking about? Salute, member of the channel, Aaron Muhammad, my guy, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. That what you want to talk about, Big C? Big C Senior? All right, let's talk about it then. Listen, we're gonna talk about it right now. Somebody asked me a question. Why not? Let me put this out there. No, he's not. That's not hating. He's not. That's my opinion. He's not. That for the question up there. We're gonna talk about. Do I got to go get the hoodie? Don't make me I'll go get it if you want. That was the question on the screen that was asked. I'm gonna answer it. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. He's not. He can be. He has the potential to be. But in my opinion, he's not. It's unfortunate that he's not, but he's not. My opinion. Y'all want me to get the gray hoodie? Or you want me to just talk? It don't make me no difference. Because the same word's going to come out. All right, let's talk about it. All right. So who that? Big C? Big C asked me is Bill Haney the LeVar Ball of boxing? No, he's not. He got a similarity. One similarity that I see is that he talks highly of his son. You know, that's really about it. That's really it. I mean, really nothing else except for that. I see the similarity between somebody brought up Bill Haney and LeVar Ball. That's the only similarity that I see. I don't really see no other similarities, considering the things that LeVar Ball has actually done for his sons. You know, that's just my personal assessment. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we use the words Bill Haney as if he's the fighter. Bill Haney is not the fighter. Devin Haney is the fighter. In other words, is that we're saying Bill Haney's name, his first and last name, like he's a fighter. You know, like Floyd Mayweather, Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia. We say their names, first and last names, because they're professional fighters. Bill Haney is not a professional fighter, but we say his name, his first and last name, like he is. And I think the reason why we do that is because he showed a lot of his face and his image on camera. You know, I mean, hey. So no, he's not the LeVar Ball of boxing. No. It's just my assessment. And that's not a knock on him. That's just my assessment. Because that was a question asked to me. I think that right at this point, me personally, I think we don't need to hear anymore of the promotion antics of Bill Haney. We don't need to hear anymore. Not saying he shouldn't talk anymore. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we shouldn't hear it. When I say hear it, I mean the loudness of it. See, here's the thing. When you are promoting something and your goal is to promote something or your goal is to promote someone, there's a certain approach you must take. The antics that come with it are not necessary. See, if the goal was to keep shouting out how good someone is, right? If that was the goal, so that this fighter can be recognized, so that this fighter can get major purses, meaning $1 million purses and above, meaning if this fighter or person needs this type of antics or promotion to be into world championship contention, to win a world championship title, then great. But we have to keep it all the way 100 that the goal or those goals have already been accomplished. Devin Haney already became a world champion. Devin Haney already gained $1 million purses. So the antics that come with the promotion is not necessary. It's not. So talking about it and saying, hey, my son is great. He's the best fighter in the world. I think that's awesome. That's great. But when you start with the antics that come with it, that's when it becomes distasteful. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, the antics that come with it isn't necessary anymore. Yeah, yeah. And also we don't have to masquerade it with manager, promoter, negotiator. We don't have to masquerade it with that. In other words, we need to hear more of Bill Haney. Excuse me. We need to hear more of Devin Haney. We need to see more of Devin Haney. He's the fighter, right? We need to see more of him. We need to hear more from him. In other words, it's no need to see more of his dad than him. My personal assessment. We need to see more of the fighter. The fans need to have a connection more to Devin. They do. We need to see more of Devin's personality. We need to hear more of Devin Haney's perspective on things. Because that's how you have a connection to the fan base. So that when it is time to, your fans will follow you everywhere you go. We don't need the extra antics. It's not important anymore. I didn't say he can't talk. I didn't say that. See, this is a controversial topic because most people, they're looking at the people as their favorites. I don't have no favorites. I'm looking at the perspective of business. That's what I'm talking about. See, I'm only coming from the perspective of business. I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about business. That's the perspective I'm talking about. Business. Yeah. Do more talking behind the scenes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At this point in the game, I think it was necessary to do all the talking and the antics in the beginning so that Devin Haney can garner a name for himself, so that Devin Haney can have notoriety and name recognition. So Devin Haney can be in contention for world title. So Devin Haney can be in the conversations of $1 million and above purses. He's already accomplished those things already. So more talking need to be done behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. Yeah, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about it. Yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, a lot of people might not want to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Behind the scenes. In other words, we need more of a connection to Devin. My expectation is that Devin Haney should be on the YouTube channels more than his dad at this point in the game. I didn't say his dad shouldn't be on there. I'm not on YouTube. I'm not saying his dad shouldn't say this and that. Let's pump our brakes because I see where this is going to turn into because we looking at who's a favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that we need to hear more of Devin Haney, the fighter. Devin Haney should go on different YouTube channels now, get involved in interviews. We need to hear more from him, the fighter. See, it's about the fighter. We don't ever want to lose sight of that. Now, this manager Marty talking now. We don't ever want to lose sight of who this is about. It's about the fighter. That's who it's about. So we want to hear more from the fighter. We want the fighter to get the shine. We want the fighter to get the name recognition. We want the fighter to get the respect. Because a lot of people don't give Devin Haney the respect that he deserves or even the credit that he deserves because of the antics of his dad. I'm not telling you what I what I think. I'm telling you what people have said on this particular channel. In the chat, in the comments section, that's what they say. Some people be saying that period in boxing. I'm just saying in general. So the antics is not necessary. Let me give the example of the antics that I'm referring to. Putting down other fighters, that's not necessary. You don't have to put down somebody to build up yourself or build up someone else. That's not necessary. You don't have to say how illegitimate or how untalented another fighter is to build up yourself or another fighter. That when I say antics, I'm referring to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all. The antics, those type of antics are not necessary. You don't have to throw shots at other fighters or other people to build yourself up or build someone else up. You don't have to do that. That's not necessary. Now, if the fighters put each other down or they talk trash to each other, they're talking from one boxer or one fighter to another, because they're going to do that at the press conference sometimes anyway. But that's the difference. The difference is they're the fighters. That's the difference. It's very clear. It's about the fighter. It's not about nobody else in the camp. It's about the fighter. It's not about nobody else. So we need to see and hear more of the fighter. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to hear. We want more of a connection. You see what I'm saying? We want more of a connection with, since we're talking about Devin Haney, we want more of a connection with the fighter, because that's how the fighter is going to build the fan base. Because if somebody else is doing most of the talking, then the fighters are going to connect with the person doing all of the talking, and that could either help or hurt the fighter. That's what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's running from nobody. Nobody's running from nobody when it comes to like the fighters. And if they are, let that be determined by the fighters. Seriously. So that's all I'm saying on that. You know what I'm saying? Let the fighters do that. The fighters want to talk trash to each other, let them. See, it's one thing. Let me give you an example. It's one thing if the fighter, let's use Devin Haney, since that's what we're talking about. It's one thing if Devin Haney never communicated and Bill did all the talking. That's one thing. Let's say if Devin Haney never tweeted nothing, if he never reached out to nobody on social media, if he never said anything on social media, and then he chose to let his dad do all of the PR and all of the talking, that's different. But that's not the case, though. That's not the case. Bill Haney talks on camera a lot, way more than Devin. But Devin do reach out on social media. This is not a knock. We're talking all facts here. Let's deal with the real. See, every time people, this is funny to me. Every time, this is culturally speaking. This has to stop in the culture of Black Americans. This has to stop. When somebody's saying something and giving their evaluation or assessment of somebody else, it doesn't necessarily mean they're hating. Everybody have a perspective. So that's all. But this is what I mean. Devin does tweets. I believe he might do Instagram, posts or comments, but we've seen some tweets that Devin Haney posts, right? Okay, then. We've heard Devin Haney talk at press conferences and post-press conferences, right? Okay. So it's not like he don't communicate at all. He's communicating. Yeah, I ain't talking down on it. I understand it clearly. I'm not talking down on it. I'm just saying at this point in the game, with a status of a Devin Haney, his dad don't need to do a lot of talking. See, once you reach the goals, you should do less talking in public and do more talking behind the scenes. Yeah. That's good business. See, that's good business. I'm not even talking about no father-son relationship. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about good business. What I'm saying is it may be necessary in the beginning. Once you accomplish the goals are accomplished. $1 million purses, world championship titles. Oh, we good now. In other words, I do a little bit more talking in public, just a little bit, but most of the talking behind the scenes. Yeah, behind the scenes. I'm doing more talking behind the scenes than on the camera. Why? Because now it's time to put the fighter up front. Yes. Why? The fan base needs to connect with the fighter, not nobody else in the camp, because that's the ones that's going to pay for the ticket. And it's not just paying for a ticket. It's when you go over there, we following you. When you fight in this city, we following you. When you fight on this coast, we're following you. That's what I'm talking about. Because the fans have the connection with the fighter, the attraction. And if somebody in the camp has antics that are unnecessary, it can hurt the brand of the fighter. Very simple. This is not about who you're blaming. This is not about whether Devin approves it. I ain't talking about none of that. That's not important to me. I'm talking about business. All that other stuff is irrelevant. And that ain't even got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. See, your fan base is not based on this. No. It's this and this. That's it. But it has something to do with personality. You see what I'm saying? It's about personality. Fans of a fighter or any celebrity, but we're talking about boxing, the fans of boxing connect with the image of the fighter. You see what I'm saying? We need representation behind the scenes, though. That's what I'm talking about. In other words, all right, the talking got us to the level where we at. All right, now you bring the talking down publicly and you be behind the scenes more and let the fighter be in front now, since the goals were accomplished. Yeah. Because it's not necessary. That's what I'm saying. If it was necessary, then it's cool, but it's no longer necessary. It's no longer, this ain't about me. Let's stay on the topic. See, I see what's about to happen. I know. See, this always happen when I address people who favor fighters. Why? We talking business and boxing. I asked y'all what y'all want to talk about, and somebody asked me a question. So I'm answering the question. You know what I mean? That's it. I know, but I said behind the scenes. Let's do more of the representation behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. There's nothing wrong with the talking, but now that we accomplished the goal, let's bring the talking down just a tad bit so we can be behind the scenes doing more of the work. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I ain't saying nothing wrong. We want to connect with the fighter. It's not about hating. Every time somebody talk about certain fighters, everybody keeps saying it's hating. Salute to my guy, member of the channel, Double salute. Mr. Pratt, what's going on with you? So what I'm saying is, and I'm standing on what I said. It's ain't no hating. We just talking. Y'all keep saying that what Bill Haney is doing is bringing more attention to Devin. That's what y'all keep saying, but it's not necessary. Because the antics that come along with it is not producing positive results. It's not necessary. Yes, from my perspective, once again, I'm talking business. I ain't talking about nothing else. Business. It's not necessary. You see what I mean? Because people will look at dad and say, this is why I don't like Devin. And they have been doing that. I'm telling you, they have done it on this channel alone. They'll say, I like Devin. He's a good fighter, but the antics that come along with him, like his dad, I don't even want to see him fight. I don't even want to pay for him to fight. And I ask people, why not? So I'm just telling you what people have said on this channel. I'm talking about people in the chat. Somebody may have mentioned it on the panel a while ago. I'm just telling y'all. So I'm saying this is why some people may say, I don't want to deal with watching like, a Devin Haney because of the antics of his dad. Excuse me. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying that people don't pay to see fighters lose. That's not the point. The point I'm making is we need to see more of the fighter. Listen, and guess what? Can't nobody refute me on that. Can't nobody refute me on that part. Forget what I say about my opinion. Cool. Let's get to a fact. Let's get to a fact. No trainer. Now you hear me and hear me good. No trainer is more important than the fighter. No manager is more important than the fighter. No promoter is more important than the fighter. No cut man or cut woman is more important than the fighter. Nobody. Is there anybody else in the corner or the team? No strength and conditioning coach is more important than the fighter. Can't nobody refute that. So let's stand on that alone as the foundation of why I'm saying what I'm saying. So if we all can agree to that point, we need to hear and see more of the fighter. If y'all agreeing with me, saying that that's true, then you shouldn't disagree with the foundations. Nobody in the camp of a fighter is more important than that boxer. So we need to hear and we need to see more of the boxer. Fans attach themselves to the image and personality of the boxer. That's the key to what I'm talking about. So if there's a trainer, a manager, promoter, cut man, cut woman, strength and conditioning coach that's getting more airtime than the boxer, that's an issue. In the beginning, that's cool. It's necessary. If you got the skill set to do that and the fighter don't, that's necessary. Necessary. But once that boxer is generating $1 million in purses, and I'm talking about the minimum, and that boxer has a world title, guess what that boxer is going to have to start doing? That's correct. That boxer going to have to start promoting. That boxer going to have to start getting his or her face out there in the public's eye. That boxer is going to have to start talking more than they might typically be used to. Because you want to gain the fan base and you want to maintain the fan base. Let me give you an example. It was good in the beginning for Mayweather to walk around with Tank Davis, to be in the interview standing next to Tank Davis in the beginning, right? Correct? In the beginning, that was necessary. Tank Davis didn't have notoriety associated with his name at first. I'm talking about when he was 11-0, when he first went over there, right? People were associating him with Mayweather. But Mayweather realized, oh, we're getting $1 million at least and up for Tank Davis's purses. He got the world title. Goal is accomplished. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather needs to not be around him anymore? No. Does that mean that Floyd Mayweather shouldn't talk in interviews anymore? No. What that means is it's time for Tank Davis to start talking more and Floyd start talking less, so that the fan base that we captivated from promoting and building him up can start attaching themselves to Tank Davis. Now, I wish somebody would say they disagree. And some of you might, and I'm glad you might, because now I can use it as a teachable moment. Because guess what? Tank Davis got the status now. He don't need Floyd Mayweather standing next to him in the interview now. Y'all see my point? He don't even need a world title no more. He don't even need to build more notoriety to be able to get only $1 million in purses. What I'm saying is the goal was accomplished to a point where the goals of gaining all of these things for Tank Davis are not even necessary anymore. The $1 million purse, at least, the world title, and Mayweather himself standing next to him doing more talking. That was the mission. That was the goal, to bring the notoriety to Tank. Once the audience was captivated, once we accomplished those goals, now the fighter got to carry it on from there. And guess what? It exceeded the level of certain people's expectation, and Mayweather don't even have to be in the room no more. He don't even have to be at the press conferences anymore. Tank Davis don't even need a belt anymore. But you see the money that he generates, right? And it's not just on one coast. You can take Tank Davis to Atlanta, Georgia, down south. He gonna sell out. You can take him to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. He gonna sell out. Don't move too far. Don't move too far. Still in the DMV area. Go down the street and take him to Washington, D.C. He gonna sell out. Go on the West Coast, California, he gonna sell out. Stay right there on the West Coast, take him over there to Vegas. He gonna sell out. You see my point? And he's generating way more than just the minimum of a $1 million purse. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Tank Davis is on superstar level, not star level. He exceeded the star level. He's on superstar level, superstar status. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this ain't about your favorite fighter. We talking business. See, I'm standing on good business. You know, the saying is standing on business. No, I don't stand on just business. Everybody say that. I stand on good business. That's what I'm talking about. Let's look at Errol Spence Jr. Well, remember when Errol Spence wasn't doing a lot of talking? He wasn't doing no talking. Y'all remember that? He wasn't doing a lot of talking. Go back and look at it. He was more reserved. He was more quiet. Right? He got that world title. Hey, we don't need to do more talking for him no more. Right? People didn't realize what kind of personality Earl had because he didn't do a lot of talking. Derrick James, the trainer, did more of the interviews and all, most of the talking. Right? After he won the world title, the goal is accomplished. Hey, Earl, you gotta do more talking at the press conference. They ain't come to see Derrick James. They came to see you. And guess what? Because he was producing in the ring, people wanted to see more of him do the talking. He's a world champion now. And guess what Earl Spence started doing? He started doing more talking at the press conferences. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. And guess what? He captured more titles and he exceeded the $1 million purses because Errol Spence is a superstar. So there's a difference between being a star and being a superstar in boxing. I'm talking about putting certain fighters on a superstar level. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. It's not about nobody else but the fighter. So let that be the foundation on what I'm talking about. It's about the fighter. You see what I'm talking about? It's about the fighter. Let's keep it on that. Nobody get more airtime than the fighter. Can't nobody dispute that. At some point, the fighter has to step out there and get their face out there. It's the same thing y'all was criticizing Boots on. Mr. Pragmatic, we've heard people complain about Boots doing it. Now I'm talking about Devin Haney. Now I'm the bad guy. Some of you same people watching me live in the replay of this live was talking about Boots don't talk. Boots don't do this. He don't even do interviews. Boots did this. Now we talking about your favorite fighter and something different. Stand on what you do. What's good for the what? Goose, good for the gander. I'm talking about superstar level now. See, I'm talking about good business. You don't have to agree. It's cool. See, I gave you examples of superstars. Yeah. Okay, let's use another person. Let's use Danny Garcia. Let's use him. Danny Garcia was doing his job in the ring, right? Being a good fighter. But everybody know Danny Garcia don't do a lot of talking. Who was doing a lot of talking? Angel. Because that was necessary. Huh? It was necessary. Because everybody was looking down on the young boy when he was younger. A lot of people was looking down on Danny Garcia. That's why he came up the hard way. Look at his opponents. Danny came up the hard way and he earned his. Danny Garcia earned his spot. Yes, he did. He came up the hard way. His career was not easy as somebody like a Adrian Broner. I'm talking about his competition level. Danny Garcia came up the hard way. But my point is, he didn't do a lot of talking, right? He became a world champion. He started making more than $1 million purses. And guess what Danny Garcia had to do? He had to do what? He had to come out there and do more talking. He had to get in more interviews. He had to talk a little more slick and trash. That's what he had to talk some trash now. That's what fighters got to do sometimes. It's the facts. And guess what? He got one of them records at the Barclays Center with his name on it. He went to LA, Staples Center, sold that thing out. We're talking Danny Garcia, I'm talking about. You know when he come home in Philly, you already know the numbers he do home. What I'm saying is he's a superstar. You can take him certain places and his fan base gonna follow him around. He's doing more talking. He's connecting more with the people. He's not just pretty eyes, pretty boy, because that's what most people was thinking about him, not giving him a chance. And he had to prove himself because his dad Angel was doing a lot of the talking. But guess what PBC had to have his dad do? Got to tone it down a little bit. Let the fighter get the shine now. We did it already. It's cool. He know how to handle it. Go ahead, Danny. Do more than talking. And you seen what it did with his numbers, right? His numbers increased exponentially. I just gave y'all 3 examples of 3 superstars who sell out in multiple arenas. Let's be clear here. Let's be clear here. Devin Haney has the potential to do the same. Absolutely. No question about it. His talent in that ring is irrefutable. The young man can fight. I like him too. But it's the antics that come along with his dad. Got to tone it down a little bit. Let the young bull get the shine now. The goals was accomplished. He got the $1 million purses. He got the world title. And he got the talent. Okay, cool. Young bull, get in front of the cameras and talk now. Like you be doing on Twitter. Yeah, see, it's different. Like, see how Tank Davis, Errol Spence, Danny Garcia, they ain't do a lot of talking at all. Before they became who they are today, they didn't do a lot of this. They didn't do a whole lot of this. That's my point. Devin Haney do a lot of this. So then, since you know how to do a lot of this, that can translate into you getting in more interviews now. Because you know how to type, you know how to speak and everything. Interviews now. Connect with the fan base now. Yes. So you can reach superstar status. And then while he doing that, see, the tweet ain't gonna help you. It ain't gonna just be that. No. You gotta get in front of that camera and talk. Yeah, you gotta talk in front of that camera. So, Dad, both of y'all can't be talking on the camera. Both of y'all don't need to be on stage at the press conference. No, Dad, hold on for a minute. You said you're the brains behind the operation. All right, well, we need you back there then. No, stay back there real quick. Let the young boy get that. Young boy talk. No, and I ain't disrespecting him when I say young boy. That's a Philly term. I'm giving him respect. I'm saying he's younger than me. So I'm saying, yo, young man. I'm going to say young boy. There you go. Young man. That's more appropriate. Young man, go out there and talk. Go ahead and speak up to, go ahead, young man. Jump on this YouTube channel real quick. You ain't got to give a whole 3-hour interview. You know what I mean? The same way that his dad can jump on interviews and jump on people's channels on YouTube. All right, go ahead. Fall back a little bit, Dad. Let the young man get a little bit of that. Yeah, we're going to set you up with all these YouTube channels. Go ahead, Dad. We need to see more of him so we can have more of a connection with him and his image and his personality. That way he's going to get the ticket sales at. I'm talking about good business I'm standing on. This ain't got nothing to do with, oh, that's his dad promotion. So y'all trying to take this over there because y'all understand. I understand the business. I'm talking about the good business. That's what I'm talking about. That's all. So what I'm saying is, let us hear and see more of the fighter so that the fans can connect with more of the fighter. I never said Devin Haney don't have his own YouTube channel. I'm fully aware of that. But if he have his own YouTube channel, that's great. Build it. That's awesome. He have his own YouTube channel, right? But that's not stopping his dad jumping on everybody else's. So what I'm saying is, let the young man do all the PR stuff now on the other YouTube channels. You know what I mean? Go ahead and talk to the people. Go on this platform on the YouTube channel. All the ones that's cool with them. He can even come on this channel. It don't make a difference if the channel's small, medium, or large. We need everybody to know that Devin Haney is the best in the world. So we ain't going to pick and choose who. No, everybody need to know. But go ahead, young man. Go on, young man. Do more of the talking in the interviews. Yeah, that's right. Because it's about the fighter anyway. So what are we talking about here? Yeah. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. What's wrong with that? Because I want to bring you up to what kind of level? Superstar status. Now watch this for everybody that's going to come at me. because I see it in the chat already. And I'm going to see it after this go off. And I welcome it because I'm going to use it as a teachable moment so you can understand business and good business in boxing. Now let's talk about it. When you're doing good business behind the scenes, I'm talking about behind the scenes. When you're doing more talking behind the scenes, you don't need nobody else to talk for you. Did y'all hear what I said? All right. No promoter take more shine than the fighter. I don't care if the person is their father or not. And I don't care if it's under the disguise of promotion. Don't make a difference. Time for the fighters to get the shine. And I'm standing on that. 100% standing on that. We need to hear more of the fighters because it's the fighters that the fans is paying for. So guess what? If somebody's out there representing a fighter and they say something that somebody don't like, they gonna say, well, I ain't paying for it. Like somebody just said it in the chat just now. They just said that's the reason why I don't really watch a lot of Devin Haney fights or pay or support, even though I like him, is because of his dad. Somebody just said it in the chat. So that's what I'm talking about. You see? Yeah. Let the young boy get the shine. The young man, excuse me. Because I don't want nobody to misinterpret that when I say young boy. I'm saying young man. Let the young man Devin Haney get more of the shine so he can have a connection to the fan base. Because the connection to the fan base is what's going to what? Increase his numbers exponentially and turn that young man into a superstar. We don't need Eddie Hearn doing more interviews on behalf of Devin. The young man know how to talk. He know how to articulate. He's a good speaker. I heard Devin Haney 1,000 times speak. The young man can talk. Let the young man talk. And if he want to talk trash to a fighter, let him do it. Because the fighter's going to talk trash back to him. That's what fighters do to each other. We don't need the trainer talking trash to a fighter. Let the fighter talk the trash to the fighters. Let the promoters do the business of promoting. Behind the scenes. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, the game I'm giving is helping the brand. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, ain't nobody else on YouTube talking about it, is it? Or are they? That's why you came here. That's why you came here, right? Okay, then. See, we talk about the topics everybody else wants to talk about. Why not? I'm the business guy, right? I'm only interested in doing good business as a manager, right? Okay, then. I'm an expert, right? Oh, okay, then. So I'm giving you my expert assessment. That's all. There ain't nothing to get mad about. But if you get mad, you know my two famous words of 2024, don't you? Okay. We want to turn Devin Haney into a superstar. Yeah, he's a star, but it's time for him to be a superstar and increase his numbers exponentially. So that means when you behind the scenes, you got to do more talking. Let the fighter do the talking up front now. See, it was necessary in the beginning, but the goals have been accomplished in business, right? Good. So now that means Bill Haney, whoever else talking for him, bring it down just a little bit in public and let the young man uplift himself now in public while you be in the back doing most of the talking. That's right. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to give you an example because I already know people trying to make this a controversial topic, which I don't see how it is. Let me ask y'all a question. I want to ask y'all a question about something. before Devin Haney signed with Top Rank? Who was his promoter? Tell me in the chat. It's a teachable lesson. It's a teachable moment now, because people are going to keep saying what they're saying. I'm hating and all this stupid stuff that makes absolutely no sense when I'm trying to prove a point. But tell me in the chat, though. Who was Devin Haney's promoter before he signed with Top Rank? Can anyone tell me? Before he signed with Top Rank, I'm talking about. Who was his promoter? Come on now. We should. The way people was coming at me in the chat, I figure we have a lot of Devin Haney fans. Y'all should know the answer to this one. If you don't know, it's okay. I'm gonna tell you. I need more engagement though. Can we get some more engagement in the chat, please? Of this question I'm asking? Because I want everybody to stay focused on what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't want nobody to misinterpret what I'm saying. Who was his promoter before he signed to Top Rank? I just want to know. Because remember, the first fight that he signed with Top Rank was with Kambosos, right? Eddie Hearn? Somebody said Eddie Hearn? Okay. Somebody said Eddie Hearn, right? Okay. You're correct. It was Eddie Hearn. Right? Okay. Let's deal with it. Eddie Hearn fought a couple of fights under Eddie. Probably 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Okay. Multi-fight deal with Eddie Hearn. Receiving guaranteed purses. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. We're going to just say yes because the chat, I'm trying to see what's going on. Okay. He signed with Top Rank after that, right? 3-fight deal with Bob Arum. Correct? Okay. Who he signed with now? After he left? After he left Top Rank and Bob Arum. Who he signed with after that? In his last fight? Huh? The khaki answer. Anybody else? Anyone else? The khaki's the only one that know the answer to that? I'm talking about his last response. Okay. Eddie Hearn, right? When he fought in his last fight. Eddie Hearn. Match from him. Thank you, Jeffrey. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. Who was in the interview saying that they're going to reach out to De La Hoya on behalf of Devin Haney to fight Ryan Garcia? Remember that? A couple weeks ago. Eddie Hearn, right? Okay. Who was in a different interview on a different day saying that he reached out to Tank Davis on behalf of Devin Haney? Eddie Hearn, right? That's the point that I'm making. You see, the same thing that I was saying about Terence Crawford, I can say the same thing about Devin Haney. I know the viewership ain't here. Y'all gonna catch this back on the replay, though. Y'all see my point? Time to do more talking behind the scenes. I'm talking about superstar status. Thank you, Biz on the beat. I know you're here. I'm trying to teach the audience. Huh? I'm trying to teach you now. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying the young man have enough potential to be a superstar. He don't need no more guaranteed purses. That's why you heard me say, after that Lomachenko fight, his last fight with Top Rank, I can pull it up when I said it on this channel right here. I told Devin Haney to call out Heyman. Y'all remember that? It's a reason for that. It's a real good reason for that. Y'all see my point? He don't need to be signed exclusively to promoters anymore. He's done that already. He exceeded that level already. He's superstar status. He's superstar status now. That's the goal. We don't need no more guaranteed contracts. We need some of that back-end money. Why? We need some of that superstar power. We need some of that. Take Devin Haney to fight on the East Coast. We need that. Take Devin Haney and fight down south. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's cool for him to have that fan base on the West Coast, California and Vegas. So that means they always going to be there for him. They always going to show love to Dev because he lives in Vegas and he's from Cali. His dad's from Cali as well. So that's home right there. So now we got to start expanding our territory now to put the young man on superstar status. Talking good business now. Yeah. Most of his fights been on the West Coast. Since he became a star, all his fights been on the West Coast. Yeah. So what I'm saying is it's time to expand the young man's horizons. He's 25 and he accomplished a lot in the sport. He don't need no more guaranteed contracts being signed exclusively to a promoter. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. They say he got his own promotion company, DHP, correct? Okay then. Okay then. Sounds like a free agent to me. Sounds like a free agent to me. You got your own promotion company. That sounds like a free agent to me. If you have your own promotional company, you don't need to do what they keep saying, a partnership deal to lock you into an exclusive deal. That's not a partnership deal. You getting the same contract as a fighter getting. That's not a partnership deal. Let me give you an example. That's why I asked you about who he was signed to before Top Rank. So let's use Top Rank. Devin Haney had a 3-fight deal with Top Rank. Kambosos twice. And who else? Lomachenko. That's 3 fights under Top Rank. But you got a guaranteed purse when you fought them 3 fights. That means you had an exclusive contractual agreement with the promoter. Hello? Hello? I'm talking about standing on good business. All right, then. So now that's what I wanted to hear somebody say. Thank you, Mr. Pratt. That's proving my point. I'm going to put it on the screen here because he is a member of the channel. I disagree, Marty. Devin needs to be signed to a promoter because Devin doesn't sell tickets. All right, then. That's proving my point. That's proving my point. So just having the articles of corporation and the legal documentation of DHP on paper is not enough. That means that his ticket sales have to match him being the face of boxing. And that comes from being a superstar. And if you're not a good ticket seller, you're not a superstar. So what I'm saying is we got to work on the ticket sales. How do we do that? We attach the fans to the image of the entertainer. We attach the fans to the image of the fighter. And it's hard to do that when the fighter is not doing a lot of PR work. So my point is, father / manager / promoter, you got to be behind the scenes now. You can still be up front doing interviews. Nobody going to stop you from doing that. Well, cool. But you take a back seat and let the young man shine now. Because we need to get the ticket sales up to superstar status. It might be cool and good for star status, but for superstar status, we need the fan base to attach themselves to the image. We need the fan base to attach themselves to the fighter. That's what I'm trying to say. And Floyd Mayweather understood that. He understood that. He understood that when he fought Oscar De La Hoya in his biggest payday to date, he probably made big paydays after that. But I'm talking about at that time in Floyd Mayweather's career, he understood, I have to be the bad guy. I'm used to talking trash here and there. Floyd was used to talking trash here and there. Still flashy, still flamboyant, still talking trash in interviews. But when it came down to him versus Oscar, he had to go over the top because Oscar De La Hoya was too clean cut. Both of them couldn't be clean cut in that press conference. Floyd understood that. He understood that. So the fans had to attach themselves with the image of Money Mayweather. That's why he changed his name. Oh, all right. I'm going to show them that I'm more flamboyant. They already know I got money. Now I'm going to show them, I'm going to throw it all in their face now. And then talk more trash than I ever did. Make them mad so they can see me lose. So they can buy the ticket. And bring him up to superstar status. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about good business. I'm talking about a business model. I'm talking about a business strategy. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what made me say after that Lomachenko fight, when Devin Haney was a free agent, he wasn't locked into no promotional agreement exclusively. There's a word called exclusive. I got to put that in there. Get on the phone and call Al Haney. All this jumping from YouTube channel to YouTube channel, talking about this fighter, talking down to this fighter, talking trash, that ain't working. Let the young boy do that. He the fighter, the young man. Let the young man do all that. If that's the business model, let Devin say it. Let Devin do it. How old is Devin Haney? Can somebody tell me? He in his mid-20s, right? How old is Devin Haney? Can someone tell me? I don't want to assume. I think he's in his mid-20s. Okay, somebody said he's 25. Good. He's in his mid-20s. He's old enough to talk. He don't need nobody else getting more airtime than him. He don't need anybody else getting more YouTube press than him. He's the fighter. Y'all already agreed with me earlier, so y'all can't take it back. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, so he's 26, 25 or 26. Okay. I'm talking about Devin Haney has the potential to become a superstar. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So let him get the connection that he needs with the fan base. Look, Devin Haney did something after the last fight with Regis. It was a YouTube short. It was in my feed. I was just scrolling on YouTube. It was in my feed. It was like a 60-second or something, 50-second clip. You know, it was in my feed. He was on the private jet. He said, yeah, I'm on a private, and I might be paraphrasing. I'm on a private jet. I got the watch. He had, you know, I got the iced out watch and everything. I just bought, I think he said 500,000 or something. Don't quote me on that number. But he said, I'm just going to use 500,000. Yeah, I put 500,000 on the net. Y'all see how I'm rocking? I just won my fight. Y'all see how I'm, you know what I mean? I'm flashing. Good. He's a young man. Good. Let's hear more of that. If that's the ticket, if that's what's going to galvanize the fan base, good. Now go on this person's YouTube channel, say it again. And then when you're saying it, you call all the fighters out that you want to fight. And then you go on another YouTube channel, do it again. Be the bad guy if you got to. I'm talking about superstar status. Yeah, go on this YouTube channel. Call out to your female. We don't want to hear your dad say it. We want to hear Devin say it. He's the talent, right? He's the fighter, right? He should get more shine, right? Okay, then let him say it. He still have his dad around. I'm not talking about that. See, I'm talking business. Y'all talking about something else. I'm talking good business. Let Devin Haney do more of the public relations because he's getting $1 million in purses, at least, at the minimum. He already has multiple world championships. And he already have a fan base on the West Coast. That's what I'm saying. So he always going to have Vegas and Cali. But now we got to take him somewhere else. We got to take him down south now. We got to take him on the East Coast now with the status. I'm not talking about when he was coming up. I remember when he fought in Philly at the 2300 Arena. Some of y'all don't even know that. Of course, I know that I was there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it's time for him to go back to the East Coast now. Go put Devin Haney at the Barclays Center now. Let's see how the young man do. Let's take him down south in Atlanta. Let's see how the young man do. Let's take him to the Minnesota Armory. The Armory in Minneapolis, right? Yeah, let's see how, I'm just saying, let's see how the young man can do. Now, I'm sure he can do good at down Atlanta. You know what I mean? With that whole about 5,000-6,000 people. That's all right. What I'm saying is, all right, look, since y'all bringing up T.O. in the chat, let's put Devin Haney at Madison Square Garden, even in the theater, like we do T.O. Let's see how the young man do. Give him a chance. That's what I'm talking about. I want to make sure, I want to know what I said that was wrong. That's what I want to know. What I said that was wrong. Tell me. And I said all that and didn't have to discredit anyone. I'm talking good business. Let the young man shine. I'll give you an example. Bill Haney. I'm scrolling on YouTube. Yesterday? The day before yesterday? 60 seconds short. Or 50 seconds, these shorts be in the, they just be in the feed. I don't know whose channel it was. It was just in my feed. And I see a camera propped it at a table, looked like it was a restaurant. Bill Haney's talking. I don't know all the stuff he said. For what? Why? Why? Please stop saying he's promoting his son, y'all. Y'all gotta stop with that. I'm going to kill that theory right now. Please stop with that. Please just stop. Please stop it. Not y'all in the chat, because nobody ain't said it yet. Well, a couple of y'all said that. But anybody else, chill with that. We know what this is. We know what this is. Okay? Chill with that. Chill with it, because that's not a good look. That's not even a good talking point no more. Seriously, it's not. No phone should be propped up talking about him and Bernard and talking about this fighter. No. We want Devin to talk. It's cool. I'm not telling that grown man not to do this and that. Come on, man. Y'all know I ain't even doing that. I'm talking good business. We have to connect. We don't see or hear enough of the fighter. And we need to hear and see more of the fighter. Don't compare him to T.O.'s dad. Don't compare him to what's his name? What's the name's dad? Danny Garcia's. Don't compare him to Robert Guerrero's dad. Don't compare him to them. See, that's a different type of demographic. There is no comparison. There's no comparison to Teofimo Lopez Sr. I think that's Senior. His name's Senior, right? Angel Garcia and what's Robert Guerrero's daddy name? I forgot his dad name, but Mr. Guerrero. It's no comparison. They have two demographical differences. Devin Haney is African American or black, and they're not. Oh, his name Robert Guerrero Sr.? Oh, I didn't know that. All right, Robert Guerrero Sr. Thank you, Mr. Pratt. Right. Two different demographics. That's what I'm saying. And if that's the case that y'all keep saying, oh, he's just promoting his son, cool. Well, that means that his purse should be bigger. Because last time I checked, Bill Haney said that Devin got 1-point-something million to fight Lomachenko. And then when he went over that was with Top Rank. And then the paperwork came out that he got paid 1.5 million against Regis. That's what I'm talking about. He should be getting way more than 1 point anything. He got that in his last fight. 1 point what? That's not superstar numbers is what I'm saying. And you locked into an exclusive contract with a promoter when you got your own promotion company. Let's talk about it. You don't need that. Devin Haney has the potential to be a superstar. All right, well, how much did he get then? Tell me how much did he get? Because I don't pocket watch. So tell me how much did he get? Somebody said that's not true. Devin got way more than. Tell me how much did he get then? Since you wanted to say that, how much did he get? All right then. But we don't need him to pop up no more. We want Devin Haney. We want him to get the media attention now, or the social media attention. Yes, because he's the fighter. It's about him. Yes. Okay. He didn't get paid. Bob Arum did not pay him $4 million to fight Lomachenko. I guarantee you that. But you want to stick to that? Let's stick to it. He got paid $4 million to fight Loma, and the same versus Regis. That's what they said in the chat. You proving my point. It don't matter if it's 1 million, 2 million, 3, 4. My point is he got paid that guaranteed by a promoter in Top Rank, and he got, since you said 4 million, he got that same amount with a different promoter. Matchroom, guaranteed. That's the point that I'm making. You're only proving my point. It don't matter if you say he got paid 10 million. That ain't the point. That's the point that I'm making. That's why the talking guy be back here, behind the scenes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about superstar status. Because the superstars that I know, they not locked into exclusive contracts with promoters. I'm talking about the black ones anyway. Okay then. It's a different type of demographic we're talking about here. You can lock Oscar De La Hoya in a contract with Top Rank. You can lock him in that. And still be a superstar. Yeah. But when you're American, the American fan base don't support the other American fighters. And that's true. Floyd Mayweather understood that. And guess what? Ever since he got out of the contract with Bob Arum, the rest of it was history. It's not about race. I'm talking good business. I'm talking good business. That's what I'm talking about. And American fans don't support American boxers like the other countries support their own. So you can lock this superstar from another country in the contract to give him him or her a guaranteed contract and make him a superstar, of course. Oscar did it, and Canelo did it. Name one black American fighter that was locked into a promotional company and became a superstar. Just give me one. I ain't gonna ask you for 2 or 3. Just give me one. Let's hear what you have to say now. Let me put my glasses on so I can hear you. Name one. Since I'm hating on Bill or I'm hating on Devin and this, whatever else y'all saying, name one. Just name one. You ain't got to name nobody else. Name one black American fighter who was exclusively signed in a contract for their whole career and became a superstar. Just name one. Somebody said Tyson. Before Tyson, let's be clear on this. Before Tyson was signed to Don King, he was already a superstar. And guess what? He was not signed to a promoter. And that's the reason why Cus D'Amato puts 2 men in place to stop him from going over because they was trying to stop Don King from stealing Mike. And guess what? Mike Tyson still ain't make the money he was supposed to make. Unfortunately, that wasn't his fault. Unfortunately, Don King didn't do good business with Mike and all other fighters he was with. Unfortunately. He had Bill Caton and Jimmy Jacobs. Come on, I'm going to teach y'all. I'm about to teach y'all some history now. He already had $1 million annuity fund in his name from the Nintendo. Remember the Nintendo? From the Nintendo sponsorship deal. Jacobs and Caton hooked all that up for him as his managers. He didn't have a promoter then. That's the reason why they waited until Cus D'Amato died. And Don King, that's a shame, but he was at the funeral and everything, crying over the casket with Mike, knowing daggone well he was like, oh, I got him now. That's all I'm saying. When you use terms like Canelo, Tank Davis, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, Errol Spence, you can walk down the street. People gonna know who they are. That's what I'm talking about, superstar status. You can take the superstar anywhere. The fan base gonna follow them around and buy the ticket. So we got to keep it all the way 100. It's not about who your favorite fighter is and who this ain't. I'm talking about business. I'm talking business. When you have that crossover appeal, that's what I'm talking about. We can and we can tie that to any entertainment industry in the world. You can apply that to the music business. Yeah, apply it to the music business. If you don't have crossover appeal, you ain't no superstar. That ain't no opinion, that's a fact. What I'm saying, in boxing, you have to transcend it to become a superstar. And that comes from having a connection with the fan base. It don't matter what the race is and all that. The fan base. See, people can throw shots at Tank Davis. Oh, he's wearing a purse. Oh, he's wearing nail polish. That's what people say about him, don't they? But guess what? There's a demographic out there that do the same thing, and they buying his tickets. I'm just saying. Oh, Dennis Rodman was weird. He was dyeing his hair. He had piercings. He had nail polish just in the third. Man, he a weirdo. Okay, that's your opinion. But it was a demographic out there paying to see that man play. Why? Because the demographic had a connection to him. The image. Remember, I told you the image. They might have never even met Dennis Rodman, but he portrayed an image. And that's what we all get hooked on as fans. Somebody can say, give me an example, Manager Marty. I am WWE. Used to be called WWF when I was young, a kid. We met the wrestlers through their image. Never met no Hulk Hogan. You never even met Terry Bollea before. But we got hooked on Hulk Hogan, the character, the image. And he's a global superstar. That's the point that I'm trying to make. And I'm telling y'all, Devin has the potential to be a superstar. But there's going to be some changes and adjustments that need to be made to the business approach for that to happen. If I mention Hulk Hogan name, you know who he is. There's an image. That's what Vince McMahon was selling. He was selling the image, the characters. Jake the Snake Roberts, the image. Oh, he's a wrestler. He walk around with a snake. It's an image. Look, I'm gonna give you an example. When y'all say, oh, he's just being his dad, promoting him. Cool. There's a time and place for everything. There was a time and place for that. Now that he reached the status, you don't need to say that no more. You don't need to do it no more. It's getting kind of watered down. And it's hurting the brand. Watch this. Let's take WWF. It's called WWE now, so I got to say WWE. WWE. Y'all remember The Rock, Dwayne Johnson? Let's see. We got some wrestling fanatics here. I'm using this because I'm talking about the principles of business still apply in a different industry when it comes to entertainment. Do anyone remember The Rock? Dwayne Johnson. Anybody in the chat? If you don't, that's okay. And then we're going to move on to the next piece of the segment here. Okay. The Rock, right? When he first came in as a rookie, right? When he first came into WWE as a rookie, his name was Rocky Maivia. And they said he was the son of Rocky Johnson, who was a what? Former professional wrestler. Thank you, 12 threes. You know his wrestling. They kept promoting Rocky Maivia. This is Rocky Johnson's son, who used to work for the first Vince McMahon. This is his son. And they kept building his name off of the reputation of who? His dad. But watch what happened to prove my point about the Haneys. When The Rock became The Rock, they didn't need to promote Rocky Maivia anymore through his dad, Rocky Johnson, because he got connected to the fan base. And when he just became The Rock, you forgot all about the fact that his dad was a professional wrestler. They ain't even bring it up no more. In other words, it was necessary in the beginning to build the name of Rocky Maivia to become a household name. But once Rocky Maivia became a household name, they did not need to use his father as a reference anymore to build his brand. He became The Rock. And guess what happened? You forgot all about the fact that Rocky Johnson was his dad. And then watch this. He became a star, then a superstar. Now he's a global icon. You don't even know about Rocky Maivia no more. They don't even call him Dwayne Johnson. They just say The Rock. You seen that movie The Rock was in? That's the point that I'm trying to make. So that same business mindset applies to Devin Haney. Once they get to a certain level of $1 million purses, he became world champion, 2 divisions. It's time to take him up to superstar status, to a point where you forgot that his dad did a lot of talking in the beginning. Why? Because his dad is in the background making the business moves and letting the young man get that connection to the fan base. So guess what, Dodge J? If that's the case, that what you saying in the chat about Bill Haney, that's what you saying. That's what you saying, Dodge J. Then if that's true, hold up, I'm gonna put it on the screen because they're gonna say I'm hating after this. Well, you know, we're not biased on nobody. We tell the truth regardless. And we teach and I educate the boxing community. And I use it as a teachable moment. So Dodge J, if this is the case of what your opinion is, if you saying Bill Haney is too big to play the behind the scene role, then it wasn't about his son in the first place. If the father can't humble himself and play the background so his son can gain more notoriety, more attention, getting more interviews, then it ain't about his son, it's about him. And I said, if. I'm not accusing that that's what that is. I don't know them guys. I'm just telling you, if what you're saying is true, then it ain't about his son. It's about him. Nobody get more shine than a fighter. It's about the fighters in this business. And I stand by that. And everybody know that what I just said was true. We don't want to hear Bill Haney arguing with no fighters. For what? What are you arguing going back and forth with fighters for? We want to see the fighters go back and forth with each other. We heard it enough is what I'm saying. It's cool. Okay, he did all that. It's over with. We heard it already. Now it's time to get the young man to superstar status. And that can only happen when he has a connection to the fan base. And he cannot have a genuine connection with the fan base to be able to continue to pay over and over again and follow him all around if he's not making himself available to the media, social media. I'm not making up the rules. Let's take what Bob Arum said. Bob Arum was in an interview. He said he had to tell Marvin Hagler the same thing. He probably ain't said the same way I said it, but he told Marvin Hagler because Marvin Hagler was reserved. He said, Marv, you got to start talking to the media some more. You got to go do some press conference. You can't be too quiet at the press conference. You got to talk. You got to go do some commercials. Go on out there. Go ahead and get a little smaller interview with a local newspaper editor. It's all good. Get your name out there. Talk. You got to promote yourself. Let the people see and know who you are. Gain a connection with the media. Gain a connection with the fan base. And he said Marvin Hagler, even though it was later on in his career, he said Marvin Hagler listened to him. And next thing you know, guess what? Marvin Hagler was in a soda commercial. Was that Dr. Pepper? Then he was in a shaving cream commercial or something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. R.I.P. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. But he listened to the promoter. Bob Arum ain't had to do no talking for him. Because Bob Arum understood he's at a certain level now. I don't have to talk for him no more. He made his bones in the business. Because his personality was reserved. No, go over there and talk to the people, man. You might have 10 minutes. That reporter around the corner, he's not big time like the Daily News, but he's a small time editor. Go and give him a little play. That's what I'm saying about Devin. Yeah, somebody might have a small YouTube channel, whatever like that. That's cool. Go ahead and give him a little play, Dev. Your name gonna get out there. A little play. Go get the big YouTube channels. Jump on their platform. Go ahead. Go on here, jump up in the in all them big timers, with the large subscribers. Go and jump on in their platform, man. Give them a little half hour, little segment, or whatever your time allots you to. That's all I'm saying. It's not about me. See, original American, that's called reverse psychology. You trying to make this about me. This is not about me. This is not about me. And I'm not putting you on the spot, but I'm saying you in my chat talking about, it don't have to be the way I want it to be. I'm talking about good business. And I gave you references to illustrate my point to let you know it wasn't about me. I gave you a wrestling reference. I gave you 3 superstars in the business of boxing who are Black Americans who are superstars. And I gave you one who's Hispanic or Latino rather, and Danny Garcia. In the transition that they had to make. And what I'm saying is it's a transition that Devin has to make. That's all I'm saying. See, you try and turn this into, this got to go your way, man. It don't got to go my way. I am telling you what I think Devin Haney need to do. From a business aspect, I am. It's not like I'm standing like I'm original. We're not going to distract the live. That's how you're interpreting it, and I'm praying for you anyway, brother. It's okay. You don't have to agree. That's why we do the Town Watch check-in. Let me show you a picture of it so you know it's only unique to this channel. Then why we do this on here, because we're not supposed to agree and disagree all the time. We can agree this today, and tomorrow we disagree about something else. It's all good. Yeah. But here's the thing we can agree on, original. Me and you share the same thing in common. We love the sport of boxing, right? All right then. So I'm not telling him what I need him to do like I'm his boss. That's how you're interpreting it. See what I'm telling you? We're talking about transition. I'm talking about transition. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm off it. What else was the topic of the discussion? What else we had on the menu today? Since we already on him, What's next for him? Devin Haney. What's next for Devin Haney? I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. What's next for Devin Haney? I thought he was gonna fight Ryan Garcia the way Ryan Garcia was talking. The way I heard, what's his name? Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was in an interview, and he said, "Well, I was talking to Eddie Hearn. We trying to see what we can do. We trying to see if we can make Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney." That's what I heard Oscar De La Hoya say. And then like a week later, Ryan Garcia talking about he fighting Romero. So I'm like, man, I thought that'd have been a good fight. Big payday for Devin. I like that. But now they saying that Devin Haney's not going to fight Ryan Garcia. So my question to you all now is, what's next for Devin Haney? Who's next for him? What's next for him? If he's not going to fight Ryan Garcia, what's next for him? What's next for the man? Oh, AB? Oh, I didn't even know she was here. Double salute. Two Cents Boxing, member of the channel. Supervisor of the Road to Take film crew. She's here. Now, see how Adrian Broner name came up? Devin Haney probably ain't even say nothing about Broner. But Bill Haney did. See my point? Let the fighter come out and say that. Anyway, I don't know about that fight with Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, he's coming off of an extremely long layoff. So I don't know. He's, in other words, if Devin Haney beat Adrian Broner, Devin Haney's not going to get the credit he deserves because people are going to say, well, Adrian Broner has been inactive. Adrian Broner could sell some tickets down. Don't get it twisted. And that'll be a good press conference. Make no mistake about it. But you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Two Cents Boxing. Look at what Two Cents Boxing. Hold up. Let me show y'all the example I'm giving. Two Cents Boxing said it. What'd she say? Now AB and Bill been going back and forth. It was the first part that I was trying to prove. Why is Bill Haney going back and forth with a fighter? This is what I'm talking about. Let the fighter go back and forth with the fighter. That's what fighters are supposed to do. Come on, y'all. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. If Tyson Fury trainer is Emmanuel Stewart's nephew, Sugar Hill. I can't use him. Who can I use as an example of this? Ben Davison. Y'all know who he is, right? I use Tyson Fury because Ben Davison was in Tyson Fury's corner in the first Wilder fight, right? Or was it the second Wilder's fight? I think that was the first one. What fight was that? I got so much boxing encyclopedia in my head. I think it's the first fight. Yeah, the first fight he had Ben Davison. Yeah. If Ben Davison was going back and forth with all the fighters, y'all be calling them something else. Some of y'all would. That's what I'm saying. We don't want to hear people say, then there's another woman. Y'all heard what Two Cents Boxing said, right? This is another woman. Salute to Sheena, I see you. Bill Haney took over the Regis versus Haney press conference. That's the point that I'm making. How y'all saying he promoting his son? His son's sitting right next to him, talking as well. So please stop using that. All I'm saying is we need to hear more from Devin. Let the young man shine. You answer that question, man. I'm not answering that. So we know he ain't fighting AB. Like I said, it'd be a good payday, you know what I mean? Because AB want to get the title at 140, but AB has been inactive right now. He's coming off of an injury, which is why he didn't fight his first fight under Don King Productions. So, excuse me, Devin Haney ain't gonna get the credit if he beat AB. Oh, you was 2 cents? I didn't know. I didn't see your short. I didn't see it. That's what I'm saying, you know? So who else he can fight? Oh, they saying Sandor Martin. That's his mandatory, right? Sandor Martin, I think, is Devin Haney's mandatory. And he talking real slick about Devin Haney, too. Sandor Martin better chill out. I don't know if he can beat Devin Haney, to be honest with you. I don't got no Sandor Martin beat no Devin Haney at all. And I'm not trying to say that Sandor Martin is not a good fighter, because I believe that he did really good against Teofimo Lopez. And he did not get the credit for knocking Teofimo Lopez down. Okay, but he did a little bit too much jumping on his bicycle. Yes, I just heard about Sandor Martin signing to Top Rank. I just heard about that. That's a good question. 2 Cents Boxing. No, because I say no because most people are not going to want to see that fight between AB and Devin. If they had a choice, like if people had a choice to see a Matias against Devin, or a Teofimo Lopez against Devin, or even a Sandor Martin against Devin, those 3 fights compared to AB and Devin, no. The fan base, and even Eddie Hearn himself, since you asked about Eddie Hearn, even Eddie Hearn himself would say, I'm cool with you, AB, you cool, but Teofimo Lopez, big ticket seller. I make way more money, you know, with Devin fighting him than you. You know what I mean? Sandor Martin, I don't know how much of a ticket seller he is, but he has a country on his back. So we got to include that in the equation. You're coming off of an injury, and you've been inactive for a couple of years, Broner. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think Eddie would go with that one from a business standpoint. Good question. Hey, you got a point there, Original American. See, I told you we was going to agree, Original American. Told you. You better believe that can be a possibility, a strong possibility with that guy in his corner. You better believe it. See how me and the Original, we might have disagreed a little bit, then we came right back around. That's what this channel is about. We might have different opinions, different viewpoints, or points of views, and different perspectives. But at the end of the day, internally, we can all acknowledge that we share one thing in common, and that's the business and sport of boxing. You know what I'm talking about? That's right. 2 Cents crazy. Hey, Big Supreme, you know what it is. Yeah, you know that's why Sugar Shane called that man. You better believe it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what it is. Hey, Q Brown. I love Q Brown. That's my man. Q Brown be spitting that. He be spitting facts. I be watching you. Salute to Q Brown, man. Hey, Q Brown, you a member of the channel, man? I gotta start shouting you out, brother. Hey, what's next for Devin? Sandor Martin. I'm gonna be. You know what I really like? I like. I want to see Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. I think that's more of a competitive fight. No disrespect to Sandor Martin, because he is the mandatory. So I don't know how they can work that out. But I would like that fight. Teofimo Lopez and Devin. Stylistically, in the ring, that's a good fight. I think they should push for that fight. Because here's the thing. Teofimo, he's used to being at 140. And I think he got a new belt at 140 now, right? So, hey, that'll be a unification bout between them guys. And they both can make that money. And guess where they can have that fight at? Guess where? I just told y'all what y'all got to do with Devin Haney to put him on the East Coast. Madison Square. Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney. Madison Square Garden. Even in the theater. Got to be the right timing, though. Because we don't want to compete with the NBA schedule now. We don't want to compete with the NBA schedule. We don't want to compete with the New York Knicks schedule. So you go and put them in the MGM Grand, even in the theater. You know what I mean? And then what you do is you go on and put Sandor Martin on the undercard. You got to give him a payday because he stepped aside. And go in and put my man, what's my man named? Big Baby Jared Anderson. So you put Sandor Martin, Big Baby Jared Anderson, and Tio on the same card with Devin Haney. That's a good card right there. Because Sandor Martin just signed to Top Rank, right? Okay. Yeah, put Big Baby up there. He with Top Rank. You know what I mean? I know that Teofimo Lopez is still with Brandon Jacobs, the football player, I think. But y'all work something out with Bob, man. Go ahead and let Brad Goodman get a part of that and put that card together. Good business. Good business. But if Devin Haney is signed to Eddie Hearn and they got that deal over at Matchroom, and Matchroom messing with the zone, hey, then since Teofimo might not be signed, because he ain't signed with Bob Arum no more, is he? I don't think he is. Then y'all have it on the zone. We'll pay for that fight. That's a good fight. Now you won't be able to get Sandor Martin or Big Baby on that probably, because they rocking with Bob Arum. Then guess what? We put some more people on that card, man. Hey, give Regis Regis Prograis another payday. Put him on the undercard. You know what I mean? Put him on the undercard. Build his confidence back up. You know what I mean? You can put some people on that card at the zone card, man. Oh, somebody told me that Teofimo ain't working with Eddie Hearn. I don't know why not. Oh, they got smoke? I didn't know that. I don't really get involved in the drama stuff like that. I didn't know they had smoke like that. Hey, Tio, you listening to this? Get out your feelings, man. This business. Go on over there and get that payday with Devin Haney, man. That's all I'm saying. Exactly. Oh, my man, Aaron Muhammad. Double salute to him, member of the channel. Day one supporter too. And supervisor of the Roller Tape Film crew. Yeah. Come on, T.O. Put your pride to the side. Get on the phone. Let Brandon Jacobs get on the phone with Matchroom. Matter of fact, look. Oh, I got something for that. Since he don't, I got something for that Big Supreme. Look. He got problems with Eddie Hearns. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We don't need to go through Eddie Hearn to get the Matchroom. I meant to get the tired, y'all. To get the zone. I only brought up Matchroom because I think Devin Haney might be still with Eddie Hearn. That's the only reason I brought him up. Well, look, we're gonna have to fight up in Saudi Arabia then. Get some of that Saudi money on the zone. Yeah, that's what we do. That's Saudi money. Let Teofimo and Devin Haney on the zone. and get some. Go ahead and fight in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, let them fight in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Since y'all saying he got problems with Eddie Hearn, I really would like. No, I didn't 2 cents boxing. I'm about to bring him up in about 2 seconds. I really would like to see Devin Haney and Tio at the Madison Garden Theater, because that's a big money spot for Tio. His fan base coming and they pay big money to come see him fight there. He already have an established fan base there. And so that'll be really, really good money. Saudi is good for boxing. Yes, 2 cents. They're extremely good for boxing. Yeah, so that's what I would rather. That Saudi, that's like, I would say third option. But the first option for Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, New York. Bring Devin Haney over so he can be introduced to an East Coast audience against a guy who's already established in that theater. They'll both make big money. I promise you that. Unified titles, let's get busy. Yo, this not the Rock either. It's water. I don't want to show the name because they ain't cut me a check. Just like the last guy who don't want to do good business and cut me a check. Yeah. That was from yesterday. All right, y'all want to talk about this guy, Crawford. Come on and let's talk about him. Only reason I'm talking about him is because I think Eddie, I'm tired today, y'all. That's why I got to end this thing early. I'm about to say Eddie. What's my man name? The guy, his trainer, Bo Mack. Bo Mack was in an interview. Bo Mack said he might be returning April or May. Terence Crawford. He's coming back. He's coming back with the snack. Huh? He's coming back with the snack attack. Yeah. He's coming back with the snack attack pack. Yes, he is. Well, Bo Mack said he got his fingers crossed. He might be returning in April or May in the ring. My question is, what's next for him? Because I don't know if Errol Spence, we don't know if Errol Spence is going to be ready by April or May. We don't know. But if he's not, what's next for Terence Crawford? Who can he fight? Because we want to make sure he stays active. You know? We want to make... Yo, hey, Dodge, if I take that, that's going to give me a boost like none other. If I take that, what? Wake me up in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, man. So what's next for Terence Crawford? He's returning in April or May. That's what Bo Mack said. Fingers crossed. Is Errol Spence going to be ready? Y'all think he's going to be ready? How many months is that? 3? February, March, April. That's like 3 months, 3 or 4. I don't recommend May because everybody know May is Canelo's month. And we don't want to compete with Canelo because we don't want to share the shine with nobody. I'm saying we like I'm a part of the Crawford team. But what I'm saying is we want to make sure that we don't have to compete, whether it be with Errol, Spence, or anybody else. We don't want to compete with no Canelo Alvarez. That's going to mess up our pay-per-view sales. All right, so no, we don't want to compete with him. So we're going to stick to April. Yeah, we'll stick with April's date. I don't know. So y'all think that Crawford going to take a tune-up in April? Who are you going to fight? Tim Tszyu? Somebody said he's going to fight Tim Tszyu. Okay, he can fight Tim Tszyu at 154. He fights Tim Tszyu, and I think after that, what, he'll fight Spence? That's what y'all saying? That's what y'all saying? If Crawford fight in April, he can fight Tim Tszyu, and then after that fight, he'll fight Spence? Because if that's the case, that's a good little lineup. He fight. Do Tim Tszyu got no, he don't got no belt yet, do we? Because I know Charlo don't have all four of them things no more. But if Tim Tszyu fight Bud in April, then I guess, what was that? September Canelo month. Dang, you don't want Spence to be waiting too long again. Oh yeah, I figured Tim had a belt. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to say that, and then if somebody said he don't got no belt, so he does have a belt. So if Terence Crawford fight Tim Tszyu, no man, he can't fight. Because if he fights Tim Tszyu and get that belt, he might not even want to fight Spence no more, because then he'll be making history in the world of boxing again, being champion at 3 weight classes. So my thing is, I don't know. Or he can fight Spence first and then Tim Tszyu, and then he can retire. How about that? Yeah, how about that? How about Crawford fight Errol Spence first, honor his rematch, gotta honor that, because I think Tim Tszyu, I don't want to, thank you, Andre Smith and y'all that corrected me. I knew he had a belt, I wasn't sure. Honor the rematch with Errol Spence, and then fight Tim Tszyu. If he beats Errol Spence again, fight Tim Tszyu. Get that belt and then retire. That would be a good one. Come on, man. No, we can't. Hey, listen, man. We don't want to see no Crawford fight no what's the name? Fight Lubin. Man, Lubin ain't got no chin, man. And neither does Fundora. Man, Bud to get them dudes out. Castano, nah, man. No disrespect, but all them guys, they done came off with some big losses. All of them 3 guys, they came off with some big losses, Asante. I mean, they're gonna make some money, but I don't think they should get a shot at Crawford, because they kind of like easy fights for Crawford, man. No disrespect to those guys, but we can't let Bud fight them dudes, man. He can fight Tim Tszyu. He can fight Spence first in the rematch to honor that, and then if he beats Spence, he can fight Tim Tszyu for the belt and then retire. But look, if he fights Spence in the rematch first and Spence win, they got to run it back the 3rd time, and that'll be Bud's 3rd fight, and it's over. See what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, it's over. They're going to have to run it back 3 times. I know they probably ain't going to want to do it depending on how the second fight go, but if Spence win that second fight, hey, run it back. Run it back the 3rd time, and then boom, it's over. For both of them. They both can retire after that. For real. You got to let him fight EJ. He's got to honor that. All the stuff that EJ did for that man, he done did a coin toss, 2 backflips. He done did all kind of stuff. Let him be the A side, reduced his guarantee so that Crawford can get more bread. You're going to have to just go ahead and honor Spence right now. Let Spence get the rematch, whether it be in April or May. I don't know if he's going to be ready yet, but can't be in May because that's Canelo's month. Don't nobody want to compete. Don't nobody want to pay $90 for Canelo, and then in the same month, another $90 for Crawford and Spence. That's $180 in 1 month, man. We gotta start spacing these pay-per-views out, man. For those that are not as fortunate as others. We don't want to compete. We don't want to compete with Canelo in May or September. We just don't want to do that. That's not good business. That's not good business. So here's the thing. Boots skin boots. Crawford can fight Boots, Tim Tszyu, and Spence. That's the only 3 fights that make sense right now for Crawford. If he's not going to fight Spence right away, go on and fight that man Boots and get that young boy. Give that young man an opportunity. Give him an opportunity now. Okay? Give him opportunity. Since you're at the 147-pound division, you give the young man an opportunity. Now, if you want to move up to get you ready for Errol Spence at 154, that's fine as well. So that's the only three people that the fan base gonna want to see him fight. Me personally, Errol Spence. And then we'll figure out who's next, if there is a next. But Errol Spence got to get that rematch. You see? You got to give the, and I know people keep on saying to me, oh man, Jamarty, that was business. And if that's what Errol Spence chose to do, that was his fault. All right, that's true. But at the same time, being a man of integrity, an honorable person, who you said publicly, if it wasn't for you, this fight would have never happened. Go ahead and give that man that 154-pound opportunity and the rematch. I don't see how that's unfair. Be fair to the guy. The guy was being fair to you. I'm talking ethics now. It's not about, oh, well, that's business. And all right, that's cool, but you beat him already. And you still talking trash about him on Twitter. The man ain't saying nothing bad about you, and you still throwing shots at the guy. All right, I already know what that's about. So now that we got that established, fight him at 154 pounds. And you said you can't make the weight anyway at the post-fight press conference in your first fight. All right, cool. So now that we got that established, also go ahead and fight Errol Spence in the rematch at 154. Very simple. It's simple. But he's got to get that opportunity first because we don't want Errol Spence to be ready in, let's say, April, right? Or June. Let's say he's ready in June. And then something happens where, well, I don't want to fight him right now. We want to wait and stall him out. Well, the man ain't fighting since last July. So by that time, he's already out of the ring for a year, dealing with the psychological and physical effects of the first beating he took. Remember, I always tell you fighters take two beatings, right? Two types, beat up and beat down, right? So we don't know if he got beat down yet until we see if he recovered or not in his second fight. And we don't want him spacing it out past July because then he'd be in the same situation he was in the first fight. I'm talking about Spence. 15, 16-month layoffs. We don't want that. So if Spence is ready in April or June, go ahead and give him that immediate. Or July. Nothing past July. We don't need nothing past 12 months because he still needs time to recover from the first fight. Then he needs more time to recover for the cataracts. All that, he done dealt with that for 1 whole year. The first fight was in July. The cataracts is now. What, 6 months later? So, nothing past July. We want the 100% healthiest Errol Spence possible. We want the 100% healthiest Terence Crawford possible. No more stalling, no run out. But yes, Errol Spence need that immediate rematch first. No tune-ups, none of that. That's all I'm saying. Got to get that man that rematch. They should, Sheena. I hope they do. I hope they do. Why not? What's wrong with that? That's a good idea. Big Supreme, you made a reference to that again. I think was it yesterday or the day before yesterday when you talked about the tweet. The Feds is watching Vada. I don't know. You said Memo tweeted that? On what platform? What, for the Spence and Crawford fight? Oh, Amazon Prime. Yeah. Yeah, Amazon Prime, right? Yeah. The big fish jaws too. Yeah. Yeah. 154. Amazon Prime. Nothing past July. Nothing past Errol Spence going out of the ring inactive for a year. I think that's fair. I think that's a fair January 11th. I'm gonna do that now before we get off the air, okay? Big Supreme. This was a very chill, relaxed show. Hmm. What's his name on there? What's his name? Memo Heredia. That's his name on the thing on the Twitter. I wonder if I'd apply. Mm. Man, that boy's he be spitting facts, but they be going at it. You see something? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to look for his post real quick, y'all, before I roll. I let y'all go. I just want to make sure that Andrew, hey, come on, bro. Oh man, how he get a copy of this? Let me see something. How did he get a copy of this? They out of order. No, he got a copy of the paperwork for bitter beef. Vita testing. Yeah, better beef, I meant. Yeah, that's crazy. And posted it too. That's the crazy thing. Now I want to see this post before we go. That Big Supreme is referencing here. Man, I'm trying to find this thing. I don't know, y'all. Okay, January 11th, 3:27 p.m. Hold on. All right, somebody's going to. Where's my guy? I don't want to hold the show up. Where my man at? Big Supreme, can you email me that? Because I'm trying to. Oh, here it is. I found it. Hold on. Somebody said FBI. Hold on. FBI. Hold on. Yeah, I see what he said. I seen it. I found it. Yeah, I seen it. Yeah. Yeah, I seen it. That's crazy. Wow, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I seen that. Big Supreme. I seen that. Double salute to my guy, member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll the Tape film crew. Double salute. Matthew Thomas in the chat. What's going on? Yeah. We was just about to close this thing out. Yeah. Hey, I want to ask y'all a question about something. Please, before we close this thing out, did you all see my video that I published yesterday? Did y'all see that? Andre Berto? Did anyone see that? I want to make sure that y'all, because, when I put out certain videos, YouTube been acting funny the last couple of months anyway. I told y'all when I go on my lives, they limit the monetization and limit the viewership. Did you all see the video yesterday? Real quick. Did anyone see that? The video I put up yesterday. It was Barry Bonds and Andre Berto. Did y'all see that? That video? Yeah. Y'all peep what y'all see how I put that together? I cracked the case wide open. I ain't done. I have a professional audience. Sometimes y'all know how I do. I be professional, and then sometimes I get relaxed, and then I have more. There's more. We need answers. Did y'all see it? I know Andre said he saw it. I think Big C seen it. Did you all see it? Oh, 76 Mark, you didn't see it? Man, you got to go on and watch it. I changed the thumbnail and the title. I got Floyd Mayweather's face on the thumbnail, and it says clean boxing. No, excuse me, it says clean sports. It's the latest video that was published. Go on my channel when this go off if you didn't see it. Oh, you need to watch that. That's important. Thank you, 76 Marks. Anybody that didn't watch that, please go and check that out. Please check that out. A lot of people didn't know the information that I presented in that video. Yeah, CEO Sense. You seen it when I had Berto on the thumbnail? Thank you, CEO Sense. He said it was a good one. Y'all, please go check it out. It has Floyd Mayweather's face on the thumbnail, and it says clean sport. Click on that. You will be y'all have to watch. See, I'm putting certain pieces out so y'all can see what's going on. No more bamboozle. This is the year of truth and evidence. I told y'all that. 2024, truth and evidence. I told you that in December. when I had Conti on here. Truth and evidence, what we doing now. Oh, yes. Watch when y'all see that video. Please go and watch that if you haven't. You know, a lot of people didn't even, it just flew over the people's heads. I was sitting on that for a long time. Hey, Shawnee D, I was sitting on that information for a minute. And I said, this is the right time to pow, fire it. You don't keep holding on, fire it. Because it was relevant. I didn't bring their names up. I did not bring their names up. Victor Conti brought those two guys' names up. Not Barry Bonds, though. I wanted to add that extra one in so y'all could see the point that I was trying to drive home. Ooh, y'all gonna be like, oh, I didn't even know. Yeah, go back and watch that. Y'all gonna learn something. My. Well, you know, it is what it's gonna be, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew. I hope you learned something today about the business of boxing. I know that I learned a lot from you all, and we have more boxing to talk about. Y'all know how we do. Come back here tomorrow. Please do. Come on back here tomorrow now. Same time, 4:30. Put that, look at the hot, I got one of the hottest logos on YouTube. You better believe it. No, he wasn't Sheena. Sheena asked me, was Berto cheating when he fought Floyd? No, he wasn't. Floyd Mayweather made sure he got that random style blood and you had urine test. You better believe it. Thank you, CEO Sense, for learning something today. I told you, it only takes one person to learn something, and then I'm satisfied. And so the same way I pulled up in the parking lot is the same way I'm going to back out the parking lot with one of the hottest intros on YouTube. Thank y'all for your support. And I really appreciate y'all. Please come back tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I already know that, the comment section going to light up. People going to say I was hating on this person and that person. But, we tell the truth over here. And we teach the business of boxing. And so get out their feelings and listen to the message that I was spitting. Then they'll understand that it makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you, Aaron Muhammad, my guy. Once again, go back now. If you haven't done so already, please go back when this live go off. Go on the channel, my channel, and watch that last video published, which was it was Andre Berto's face in the thumbnail, but I have Floyd Mayweather's face in the thumbnail that says "Clean Sport." Go on and watch that. Y'all will be really entertained, but also educated. Yeah, y'all will be extremely educated. And this piece of information, these pieces of information, actually, is something that most people didn't even peep or know nothing about. So I say, why not go on and fire it out, put it out? Thank you, Two Cents Boxing. Double salute to you for your contribution to the channel. I appreciate it. Always. I'm gonna talk my talk, Aaron. And everybody everyone knows I gotta stop talking with ebonics when I start getting tired. I have to talk as professional as I was when I first got on here now. So here's the thing. Everyone knows that when I talk about the business of boxing, I use teachable moments to illustrate my points so that the boxing community can understand the business, good business, when it comes to the sport. And I just want to make sure that no one is disguising good business with just talk and fluff and drama. Okay? Good business don't have nothing to do with drama and back and forth. This is not love and hip hop. This is the business of boxing. And so I want to make sure that we're all clear on that. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. And can't nobody refute this, because this is a fact. This is not even an opinion. Let me tell you something. The fighters deserve to shine. We want to see more of our American boxers, because we have to support the boxers in general. But I'm talking about in this country, we don't do a great job overall. So we have to support our American boxers, and the way that we can gain a connection to support our American boxers is if our American boxers utilize the powerful tool of YouTube, because YouTube is our what? It is our what? Source of media and information. ESPN don't cover boxing. None of the other major outlets outside of YouTube cover the sport of boxing. So the only way we can support our American fighters and gain a connection to support them is if they show more of their face, give more of their assessments and evaluations of the sport of boxing, teach us things that they know as far as their perspective from the fighter's aspect, right? Give us some information. If they want to go back and forth with other fighters, that's fine. We just want to see and hear more of them so that we can support them and have more of their image in our psyche so that when they compete, we go out there and we support them. We don't need the trainer to do more talking than no fighter. We don't need the cut man or cut woman to do more talking and airtime and YouTube videos than the fighters. We don't need strength and conditioning coach to do more press or YouTube videos or any media interviews more than the fighter. We don't need a promoter or a manager to do more interviews and press for social media or YouTube more than the fighters. And we got to keep it that way and keep the same energy regardless of who it is. And that's a fact. Thank you, Sheena. Double salute to you, sweetheart. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Sheena says, I appreciate you, Manager Marty. Keep up the great work. Sheena, I appreciate you too. I appreciate all of you that came out today in the chat. Thank you for your contributions of your time. I appreciate y'all. I do this for you all. I really do. And I do this in a genuine way that has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with all the other things that I can benefit from. I told y'all I'm not here for the looks. I'm not here for the likes. I'm here for the licks. You dig?
Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Manager Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you.